Hello there, welcome back to that episode of You'll Never Win Anything with Kids. I've not got an actual intro, so that'll have to do for now. The first things first, we'll see how we've got on in terms of competitions, and then we'll look at the youngsters. We'll look at the kids, as they've been nicknamed. Competitions-wise, it's actually gone quite well. It's gone better than I thought it was going to go. We're in the quarterfinal of the Capital One Cup. I'm actually going to bring you that game today, Liverpool versus Newcastle. I thought, you know what, if you're progressing in things we could potentially win, that's the most important thing to show you, right? FA Cup, we've been drawing with Leeds. Obviously, that happens at the start of January. The league is a slightly different story. We've just lost to Manchester United. You can see there, the L. We just lost to United, which means they're now 8 points clear. The league is looking difficult, I'll say that much. European Championship Cup, which is the Champions League, we're through. Can you believe that? We overcame Dortmund and Atletico Madrid just about. It was pretty tight, but we just about did it. Daniel Sturridge was in some fine form, but he wasn't the only one, and we'll show you that now. So if we take a little look at the squad, you can see the star ratings there. Some of the youngsters are coming on quite well. You can see there, Danny Scott predicted to be an absolute star. Joe Clark, the only one who's gone down a little bit from his sort of initial star rating. Steve Green, we'll start with Green. We'll go downwards, shall we? Yeah. So Steve Green. By the way, this text colour, I don't know if it looks shit for you. It looks shit for me. So Steve Green, this is quite nice actually. You can see there what he's good at or what he's been playing, etc. So as I say, I was going to play the youngsters as much as possible. Physically very good still. He's developing quite nicely. His mentals are coming up a little bit. So are his technicals. He's coming along quite nicely indeed. You can see there from his graph, he's spreading out amongst speed, physical, defending, and mental, and everything else will, it'll develop a little bit more with time. So you can see there his statistics: 15 league games played, 6.91 average rating, and 4 appearances in the Continental Cup, giving him 21 overall with a goal and a yellow card. I think he scored actually in the League Cup, the Capital One, I think it's called on this. But yeah, he's been doing well for me. Got no complaints whatsoever. So hopefully he keeps that sort of form up. Yeah, there's 2 cup appearances, 1 goal. So well done, Steve Green. You saw me. Actually, that's Blue Moon, isn't it? That's all. Ben, stop. Centre back Andrew Holland. Now, I think the only thing Andrew Holland was missing really was his physical capabilities. I think mentally he's actually quite good already. 18 leadership for a 20-year-old is very good indeed. 18 heading, 17 marking, and 18 tackling. Something we touched on last time. You can see here, not played as much. Had a few injuries to sort of in the middle of the spell we've played so far. 11 league appearances, 4 in Europe, 16 overall. In the league though, a 7.05, so over a 7 rating for this 20-year-old. I've been playing him next to Sacco, and obviously he's also surrounded by the kids. The right back and the left back are both the kiddie widdies. But yeah, he's doing okay for me. If he keeps developing physically, I think he could be great. I mean, if I was playing this save for 5-10 years, he'd be in the save for the whole time. He's very, 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 very good. So let's move on to the next one. Jeff Miller. Now, Jeff Miller is developing very nicely indeed. You can see there, 12 appearances, 2 substitute appearances. Internationally, he's played once as well. 20 appearances overall with a 7.02 and a 7.04 is his average rating in terms of the league. He's also got a Player of the Match award. I don't know if he's the only one to get that. I think Danny Scott might have got one. And 2 assists to his name as well from left back. So he's doing all right for us. So you can see there statistically very good indeed for someone who's 5'10". He has very good heading. Physically fantastic, mentally good too, and yeah, he's another one that's developing nicely. They're all going to develop nicely, but it's nice to see them actually sort of perform as well as develop. They're performing well. We're not getting trounced in the league. I mean, we're playing 5 kids almost every game. And actually, I should say as well, you might, if you take a quick look at the squad, Harry Wilson's in there, Jerome Sinclair's in there. I've brought those 2 into the squad. I thought we'd try and keep a younger squad. There's players like Barini that I've just sent to the reserves. Joe Allen, I think, I've sent to the reserves as well. So just, I was trying to get as many youngsters involved as possible that were available to me. So Sinclair and Wilson have also been pulled in. And I think they count as sort of part of the challenge, really. Moving on, Joe Clark. So here he is with his lovely hair. He's the ball-winning midfielder of the team. Although I play him as a defensive midfielder. Tackling, marking, still good. Passing needs to become a little bit better, as I say. He's not developing quite as quick as some of the rest. He's 6'4". He's not that different from when we saw him yesterday, but he's doing all right. His graph's looking okay. Potentially, he's got the potential to be a quality player right now, he's doing all right. You can see there, 10 league appearances. Another one that had a little injury. 4 in Europe, 7.15 average rating, which is really, really good. And when you've got sort of Emre Can, Gerrard, Henderson like sat in front of you, I'm sure it makes his life a little bit easier. But again, surrounded by those youngsters at the back, so he's performing pretty well. And the real star of the show, I mean, I slagged him off yesterday. I was like, oh God, isn't it that good? Physically, we knew. Quick, pacey, and that will get you a long way. Crossing and dribbling, still very good. First touch is coming along nicely. You can see from the amount of green arrows, he's developing really well. In the 14 league appearances he's made, a 7.14, 3 goals and 6 assists overall. He's got 6 goals and 6 assists. So he's got 2 goals in the Champions League. He's been great for me, playing out there on that right wing. I mean, he's played 14 games. I should just check, actually, how many league games have we played? So 16. So he's featured in almost all of them. You can see a few of the guys had played in like 12 and 10, but obviously being young, their fitness isn't quite as well developed as some of the first team players. But yeah, so far so good. Got to be pleased with that. Our current form is also looking rather good. As I say, apart from that, this screen does look, I don't know if it looks nice or not, I can't tell. I think it's the green background, which is bugging me. The Manchester United defeat was our first loss in a lot of games from the Southampton game onwards. We actually knocked Manchester United out of the Capital One Cup. They played a bit of a weakened side. We kind of went full strength because obviously we're trying to win things with kids, so we want to stay in the competition. And the Champions League, the group didn't start well. We lost our first two. We won our first one against Celtic, and then we lost our Atletico and Dortmund, but managed to pull it round in the last 3 and make it through. So I don't think the draw's been done for that yet. But as I say, Newcastle is the game today. So let's crack straight into it. See how we get on in the Premier League. Newcastle currently lying in 11th place. So quite a good test for some of our kids today. Let's see how we get on. And first of all, what team we're going to play. Okay, so this is the team I've been using recently. As you can see there, Daniel Sturridge and Philippe Coutinho playing exceptionally well for me. The biggest bit of news really was Raheem Sterling has been out for 4 months. I think it was just after yesterday's episode he got injured for 4 months, so he's not been in the game. He's made 5 appearances, 2 goals. So Coutinho has been playing out on that left-hand side, Scott on the right-hand side, Henderson and Can, Joe Clark in the middle, with the back line, Miller, Sacco, Holland, Green, and Mignolet in goal. Sturridge up top, as I say, 12 in 19. Very, very good form from him. And in terms of team instructions, because we've got quite a young team, quite an athletic team, I didn't want to overcomplicate it, so I just said get stuck in, high tempo. That was really all it is to it, and so far, so good. So, as I say, Newcastle today, match preview, 3 other games alongside ours. I quite like this screen. You know, a classic gets a bit of a bad rep, but this screen here is quite nice. Pass completion tells you all sorts of bits and pieces. I quite like it. Anyway, let's crack on. They've got Gutierrez, Perez, and Yamat out, so we've got a chance. I mean, we should win. Now, as I say, I talked about their Newcastle's league position, but this is a cup game, so essentially winner takes all. And the first highlight that you're going to see in the game is a Stephen Taylor own goal. My word. What an embarrassment. Do we get to see it in 3D? No, put the highlights on, Ben. Okay, carrying on. Hadira now, a player that I've always quite liked in Football Manager, actually, and Riviere, what's happened to Riviere? Does anyone know? I mean, I know he's at Newcastle. Is he still at Newcastle? I don't know. That was a mystery, wasn't it? I think he was on loan. I don't know. If anyone's seen Riviere, let me know. Coutinho coming forward with the ball. Our squad is probably slightly better than that, even with all the kids. So I'm hoping that we can come out on top. Obviously, we've already got a 1-0 lead, which is helpful. As we edge into half-time, fitness-wise, we look okay. No one under a 78. Philippe Coutinho, the lowest of the low. But so far, so good. Yeah, they've put out quite a strong team as well, actually. So we're doing well. I say that, they scored an own goal, but even so. Now, I was reading the comments on yesterday's video, obviously the January window coming up. I think a lot of people want me to sign Bojan. A lot of comments about it, so see what I can do. We tricked a few people. That's good. Well done, everyone. Well done, team. You know, I bought a scented candle for Rogers, right? Look at that. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. Awful. One of the worst scented candle I've ever bought in my entire life. It looks great. You know, I got it. I was like, look at that. That is majestic. Look at that. That's a gift for anyone. I used it. Pathetic. Philippe Coutinho nearly scored. Daniel Sturridge did too. So what I'm going to do now, the new rules, is just if in times of trouble, like when there's an emotional moment, just. I mean, usually it works. Not now. Well, Sacco just headed over the bar. We're getting closer. So obviously this will put us into a Carling Cup semi-final. The next episode, I guess if we get to the final, that would be the next episode. But again, it'll be 10 to 15 games, and then we'll be back again. I'm not sure, actually, whether we should do this for 1 season or 2 seasons. I'm kind of saying to you folks, oh, Henderson with the goal. So get in the comment section, much like you did yesterday. How long should we do this for? Should we do 1 season or 2 seasons? I mean, I only plan to do 1 season to see if we could win anything. But technically speaking, we could do another season and I could only sign teenagers or something like that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. This could actually last. This challenge could last longer than I anticipated. I was going to do it like over a week and then do another challenge. But this one sort of overwhelmingly. So there's a chance we could do it for longer. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to take your feedback and do whatever you suggest. So be as detailed or as little detailed as you like. Little detailed, Ben. Little detailed. That's not a thing! Less detail. I think that's what I was looking for. Riviere, he's been found. Oh, and Holland comes in and makes the challenge. Lovely stuff. As Newcastle now recycle the football. Amiobi plays it through. Hadira on this left side. We've got to defend well. As obviously our young defence. And Emre Can clears. And Daniel Sturridge. I must say the balance of having sort of first team players and youngsters is working out really well in a similar way actually that I guess it did with Manchester United, who sort of created or made the phrase popular by actually winning with kids. I mean, imagine if they hadn't. Oh, Scott is a magician. Sorry, Manchester United. We'll talk about you in 2 weeks. Danny Scott has just scored an absolute mesmeric goal. He's cut inside. Let's see it. In fact, Emre Can on the ball to Danny Scott, who I raved about before, and left-footed. He's an absolute. It's like Lauren Robert for Newcastle fans. That's what that was like. I mean, it was against you, but whoa, that was a good noise. Whoa. So yeah, so far so good. I'm enjoying this. A 3-0 win. Obviously, we'll stick with this. We'll see who we get in the next round of the Capital One Cup before we close today's episode. But yeah, I've enjoyed the performance. I mean, the goal from Danny Scott is obviously a highlight. I mean, if I were to celebrate and I wanted to do it in an aggressive, fire-like manner, I would go. Are you actually kidding? Oh, now. Yeah, it's too late. I can't fail twice. God damn it. And there it is, full time. Happy days. Everyone have a smile on your face. Liverpool 3, Newcastle 0. You can say, oh, Manchester City have been knocked out. We might win something with the kids. You never know. Yeah, I'll take that. Right, the draw is on the Friday, so being this classic mode, we can just sort of stay with this. Let it go so fast, it's magical. View the draw. So it's Hull, Southampton, Liverpool, and Tottenham. I fancy our chances against any of these, really. Liverpool versus Hull City. The Tigers. Let's do this. Southampton will play Tottenham away from home. Lovely old job then. So Hull is our quarter-final match. I'm hoping we'll get through. As I say, the next episode, provided we get through this, will be the final of the Capital One Cup. If we don't get there, the video will be a bit like, hi everyone, didn't make it. But yeah, so far so good. So if you've enjoyed today's episode, smash the like button. We hammered it yesterday. So let's aim high. 350 likes, and I'll give away one of these really consistent lighters, perhaps. You might think, why have you got lighters? Candles. Don't smoke. Is one of my rules. Anyway, end this now. Bloody hell! If the sun's come out, I feel like I'm going to be taken away. Please no. Sir, please. Okay, I'll end. I get lovely. Just put any curtains in the way. With love, with care, from me, Dr. Benji. Until next time, this has been a shambles. I'll see you again. Stay humble, stay handsome, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Parma Drama t-shirt. Too late. They're not on sale anymore.